Wonderful people of Earth, thank you very much for clicking this video. You are indeed a wonderful soul. Let me tell you what we are all about here, which is peace, love, forgiveness, and unity as our message to the world. Kindly help us spread this message by watching till the end. Straight out of Africa with good vibes, lots of good vibes. Tell us where you're watching from and hit the like button. If it's your first time here, well, feel much welcome. This is the place to be, full of love and good vibes. Big up to yourself and let's dive in.
Translations from the Book of Odok. The dark and the seed rise within the 2-foot ones, given as sacred medicine by the deceivers, the cloak, the wizard's circle, blinds in mass. Cries from within tear through the spirit of truth and reason, caged within the black silk of ash. The 5-headed bull charges the sun in rage. They collapse the stars. Then time begins anew, with knowledge birthed from those who sprout from the ashes of a false realm. Only in this place does it lie.
Oh my god! That is really creepy. And what's happening here? Looks like some good vibes. Attendant there that feeds some dogs here. This is great, man. Good vibes, people. And some baby elephant there was taking a walk and what? Only to wake his head up and see some humans and what? Oh my god!
One step closer, Earth Angel. You are right there. It's time to let go of the pain. Your superpower is in your tears. When you cry because of the pain of what others have done to you, you summon war angels immediately on your behalf. Your power is in your tears. If you are still listening and still watching, this is for you, Earth Angel. I need you to repeat after me. I am no longer afraid. I step into the fullness of my angelic presence. I am ready to become the angel that I've always been and I've been called to be. I am sounding the alarm. I am calling all Earth Angels. All Earth Angels. The Earth Angels that keep getting mad because you keep drawing damaged people. Let me tell you why you keep drawing damaged people. Because you are the light. You embody the light. The light is within you and it draws them. It's a gravitational pull towards you. And what that does is draw token people to you, which most token people are damaged. I have one question for you. Are you ready to birth change into the earth? Type yes, I'm ready to birth change into the earth. Just be mindful. It's going to come at a cost, which has already cost you. And as you go higher, it's going to keep costing you, but it's worth it. Just remember that you have to heal yourself first, which is the process that you're going through, which is why you and I are on the same page right now, which is why you're even on my page and I'm showing up for you because you're in the process of healing. I'm confirming to you that you don't live by societal norms. You don't live by the current societal expectations. But what you do is disrupt those societal norms. You dismantle them and you live by a higher power's mind and purpose. Basically, you live by a higher power's rule. If you are still here, you know that I'm talking to you. And you know that God speaks to you. It's time you know who you are. You're not just God's secret army. You didn't just go through a 15-year cycle that just flipped your world upside down. But what it is time that you know that you are God's angel. high-ranking archangel on this earth that's needed. It's time to remember that you are a healer, a natural-born healer. That's why you draw damaged people. You are a spiritual activist, and you fight for the underdog every time. That's who you are. Earth angels, I'm talking to you. We are the defenders of humanity, protectors of mankind. That's who you are. That's your purpose. Nothing more, nothing less. You should have been dead, like the 15-year cycle said, multiple times over, but you're not, because you are highly protected by multiple thousands of legions of angels. Do you hear me? Now let me tell you how you help people. We hold people's blessings within us depending on how they treat us. Let that sink in. And they hold their life in their hand depending on how they treat us. I need you to comment with a yellow heart if you are feeling that part. I need you to agree with this affirmation. I agree with God on earth that him and I will make history together. It's officially time to celebrate. Hear that confirmation? It's officially time to celebrate. We made it. You made it. Let's toast. Let's toast. We made it. I want you to comment, like, and share this. This has to get far and wide. You know why? Because we're not the only earth angels that didn't know we were earth angels. You are God's archangel on this earth. You didn't know it, but they did. The kingdom of darkness did, and that's why you've been mistreated the way you have been. But guess what? You made it. God gave them a certain time period. God allowed them to do certain things to us, and now it's over. We've crossed the finish line. Comment, I made it. All before 2024. Let me tell you that 2024 is going to be like no year you've ever had before. Get ready and let's go, because it is Earth Angels season. We have accepted who we are, and we are now walking in the glory and in the light. And this is what they were trying to stop. Talk to you soon.
Up to come stai spirare io strano
Oh.
Up to come stai spirare io strano Oké, dus even ons.
And some good vibes daddy had decided to surprise their children. They didn't know their dad was coming over. You see, and they were taking a photo with a picture of him. Oh, wishing he was there, not knowing that he has just arrived and is right behind them. Let's see the reaction when they see the photo. Oh, man. Oh. Let's see. Oh, they have not yet seen him. Oh, let's see what they do when they see him. You see, it's always good vibes. Seeing people living in love and oneness is nice, man. And unity is good vibes. You should send love from wherever you are. You see how these kids are just happy to interact with their dad. You should also all be happy to interact like this, just as humans. For being humans, man. Much love to all guys watching from all over this world. You are loved and respected. Oh, what's happening here? Some good vibes, dog. I had an encounter with a goat. Oh my god, huh? And the goat is probably wondering, what's up with this dude? Oh, is this guy okay? Let me. But the dog was just there for some good time and fun, just to provoke this goat and say, oh,
Is
what
there a
name is?
technology besides our consciousness that we can create that will facilitate time travel? A machine?
Yes, except time travel isn't what you think it is.
Okay.
There is no time travel in what you call the science fiction sense. What you're actually doing is shifting to a parallel reality that simply looks remarkably similar to the one you consider to be your past. But it's not the same timeline.
But
it can't be.
Would there be a machine that can help us? And
Yes,
what does
yes.
that look? What's the technology of that machine?
Well, you have to create a device that will create a kind of energy bubble that isolates you from any particular reality, so that you can impose upon it the frequency of the reality, the parallel reality you prefer to experience. And when you impose that upon it and then remove the bubble, you will wind up in that reality because you've shifted your frequency location to a parallel reality one.
Does that take a type of physics to know how to do that isolation?
Yes, it's all physics.
Okay. And can you give us a clue, besides what you've given us, about what we would need to create to isolate that reality?
Yes. The idea first is to do the experiment we have suggested, which very few of you wind up doing, which is this. Take a flat table at least 10 feet long, and I mean flat as you can make it. You with me so far?
I'm with you.
Have a hollow sphere. It can be copper, it can be steel. Allow it to be about this big. Rest it on one end of the table. Then get it to vibrate somehow. You can strike it and take a recording of the frequency it gives off. You can, shall we say, induce a vibration through acoustic means or electromagnetic means, whatever technology you have at your disposal, but get it to vibrate such that you have instruments that can actually determine its overall frequency. Make the sphere as perfectly spherical as you can and as thin as you can so it's hollow. So there isn't that much material to resonate. Just enough so you get the frequency. Now, once you've recorded that frequency, pick up the sphere and put it at the other end of the table. Then do it again. Take a recording of its frequency at the other end of the table. Now, if your instrumentation is sensitive enough, this is the question about the level of your technology and whether it's precise enough or sensitive enough. If your instrumentation, you're recording the vibration on, is sensitive enough, you should actually see that there is a difference in the frequencies, even a minute one. Because the idea is, from our perspective, objects do not exist in a location. Location is one of the variables in an object. It's part of the energy equation of the object. So, if you can measure the difference, then you take that ball, put it back at the beginning, and now you again surround it, immerse it, overwhelm it, in a sense, with a vibration that represents the signature of the other position, position B. When you overwhelm the mass of that object sufficiently, it will, at least in your reality, probably at first, roll to the new position that represents the second location, because you've changed the locational frequency. If you can actually overwhelm it enough, it will actually stop existing at location A and instantaneously exist at location B. That's how we travel from star to star.
But you have to know the vibration of, let's say, 2 years ago in order to travel back 2 years or into the future. You have to know that vibration.
Understand that even your Einstein knew that space-time is one thing. So when you have the vibrational location of space, there is also a temporal vibrational location that comes along with it. So you can always do that. But again, remember, you're never actually going back to exactly the same place.
Right.
It's always a parallel reality, always, always, always. You can sort of prove this to yourself on a very fundamental level, a very basic level, when you talk about the concept of time travel, in the following analogy. Let us say you are 10 years old and you take a picture of yourself, and then you develop the picture, and there it is, you put it on the table. There's the picture of you at 10. Now you grow up, let's say you're 30 years old, and you take a picture of yourself at 30. And at 30, you now invent your time machine. So you say, all right, I'm going to get in my time machine. I'm going to go back and visit myself when I was 10. So you get in your time machine and you turn the dials and flip the switches and ooh, blinky lights. And you step out and suddenly you meet this 10-year-old who is theoretically you when you were 10, and you take another picture of your 30-year-old self with the 10-year-old self. And you put that on the table along with the picture of the 10-year-old and the picture of the 30-year-old, and now the picture of the 30-year-old with the 10-year-old.
Okay.
What's the first thing you notice? All three pictures exist simultaneously. Which means you didn't change the first picture. You weren't there then. What you've done is gone into the reality of another 10-year-old. That's why there can be no such thing as the so-called grandfather paradox, where you go back in time, you kill your grandfather, you were never born, and you cease to exist. You can't do that. What you would be doing is going into a parallel reality where things are very similar. You would kill a grandfather in that reality. And in that reality, that version of you would never be born, but it has nothing to do with your reality stream.
So there's no position B, that first, like in that first example, for that object to really go back to?
No.
Okay, because it's always changing.
You have your own Zen monk saying, you can't step into the same river twice.
Okay, Back to the Future. Thank you.
Thank you.
You see, these animals are very wonderful, man. And they try to imitate humans in different ways. You see, that's why we should be good people, projecting love and good vibes and caring, so that they may also imitate that. And who knows, maybe in the future, the whole world will be living with animals like it used to be the Garden of Eden if it was ever there. You see, and it will be some good vibes.
什么东西啊？
These animals are also very dramatic in some wonderful way, man. Just like babies and old people. Good vibes, yo.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! That is so awesome! Come on, Florida!
Look at everybody!
Oh my god! Now we're ready for the photo. That's awesome! Real tight. There you go. Oh my god! Holy cow! I'm gonna hold on to this. Oh my god!
You probably delivered them.
Now that all the hype videos are done about 2024, let me tell you about what's really going on this upcoming year. Of course, we looked at some astrological things, and I haven't posted a video in about 2 weeks, so this is about to go hard. This video is about number 8 and how that's going to show up in 2024 based off of numerology. I'm telling you guys right now, 2024 is the year of the trickster. Everybody's talking about money and karma because that's what number 8 in numerology generally represents. But when we look deep into the symbolism of number 8 and how it looks like the infinity sign, but not only that, in tarot, it governs the strength card, the woman, the divine feminine woman that is taming the lion. Her hand is in the lion's mouth, and she is essentially doing that with unconditional love. So what is really going on with number 8? Well, the first part is the trickster. The trickster energy of number 8 is going to be everyone that is inauthentic getting exposed, or your ability to be as authentic as possible. And the more that we have the ability to be authentic in what we believe and what we practice, the more you will succeed during 2024, because there will be a lot of tricksters that are going to be either shown or you will be tricked. I mean, 2024 started, and look at the list that came out. You guys know what I'm talking about. Now, when we're looking at number 8, we're also understanding that it is the strength card. Now, how does the woman take out or put her hand in the lion's mouth? Most of us, when we do that, we would get bitten. But the woman does that because she is covered in unconditional love, and the lion knows that. So what does that mean for you? It means that if you don't dissect where your conditions are, if you don't dissect your trauma, if you don't understand where the root cause is coming from in your relationships with your loved ones, inevitably coming from you, and how you're manifesting them, you will suffer more because you aren't leading with unconditional love. Now, of course, it's very hard to lead with only unconditional love because we are humans, but the goal is to understand what unconditional love means for us and to understand how that relates with the cosmos, because when you understand that, you start to take care of yourself. You start to nourish your physical body more. You start to work out more. You start to move the right way. You start to do things that is dream affirmative or your one love affirmative. So 2024 is all about the trickster. Are you going to be tricked, or are you going to be the trickster? And it's about finding unconditional love within yourself, being able to devote that to other people and show that so that you can receive it. And the last one is going to be a very powerful feminist movement of women empowering themselves, women culture. A lot of feminine energy will be shown during this year. And I personally am all for women. I believe that every man needs a woman in his life to understand himself, and vice versa. Every woman needs a man to understand herself, because we are yin and yang. That's why we come together to create life force energy, which is God. Unconditional love. So the only issue though is that I am afraid that in 2024 there might be such a strong feminist movement that it might go in the wrong direction. And the reason why is because of how strong the masculine energy has been for so many years, that of course whatever output had to be done the first time is going to have to be done the second time, or vice versa, which is the feminist movement, in order to balance out the energy. So I think we're going to see the rise of the feminist energy, but later on, very far away in the future, it will finally balance out at some point, not perfectly, but it will balance out, closer. So nonetheless, if you are into any of those three themes, or you want to understand how to dive deeper into those topics, book a free holistic life coaching consultation with me. My readings are now open again. I was huddled up for the last 2-3 weeks, just going deep, going inside, and now we're back, baby. So like always, I got you. One love, baby.
This right here is a German toilet. Take a look at this. There is no water tank anywhere to be seen. It's hidden behind this wall here. And it's got two buttons, one for number 1, one for number 2. Finally, it doesn't rest on the floor, it's hung on the wall. Isn't that something? Problem with this toilet, however, though, is if anything bad ever happens, you gotta fix back here, like a pipe burst, then you gotta take all those tiles off. That would suck.
He looked at me and he said, well, why do you think we've got the communication towers on the moon? And I said, what are you talking about? What communication towers? And he said, why do you think we went there? Wasn't for rocks. And I said, so that's why we see some of the rocks being sold on eBay? He just looked at me and said, yeah, what do you think? I said, well, tell me about these communication towers. What are they communicating with? He says, well, other worlds. And he was just talking matter of fact, like I should know these things. And I said, what do you mean other worlds? And he said, other aliens on other planets. I said, well, why don't we communicate with them from towers here on the planet? He said, we get better reception there, plus we don't have to worry about sabotage. And I said, so when the rover went 35 kilometers out and 35 kilometers back, they were going out of sight of everybody, and they were building these towers. And he said, of course. And I said, so ever since the 70s, these communication towers have been on the moon that we put there? He said, definitely. And what got me was that he would say this, that nobody else really knows about. They may hear stories here and there, but to actually hear from somebody who worked in the Pentagon, who had high clearance, to tell me, without me asking, what do we have on the moon, that this is what we've got there, and this is why we went there. Now, Today, we're getting a little bit of information from astronauts who went to the moon. I guess they feel more secure to be able to divulge some of the stuff that they knew. So we're hearing things like UFOs monitoring our activity up there and photographs of stuff and communications. But for Jack to say that just out of nowhere, it just really caught me off guard. And Jack's not the type of person who would tell a story just to tell a story. He's going to tell you something for a reason, or he's not going to tell you.
Oh my God.
Oh, these animals are just interesting. Imagine if that bird did save the cat. What? Oh man, that's some good vibes, boy. You never saw a cat spit before. Oh, me too. Let's see, and some cat here playing some dangerous dog, playing with the game, some dangerous game with the dog. What? You see that cat and that dog, they can kill each other just playing. Oh my God. Ah, but these animals are always full of good love. And they're just wonderful, man, from how they look, how they behave, how they interact with one another, and just how they are good to cuddle with. It's full of love, man. Send love to all animals and people and universe, generally everything. We are good vibes person from wherever you are. Oh. Well, leave some like button there, leave a comment. You see? Oh, let's make this world a better place by sharing unconditional love and unity across all races.
Radioactive materials don't glow green. Like, you know this opening scene in The Simpsons, or like the Hulk when he's becoming the Hulk, or even in a movie, Radioactive, about Marie Sklodowska-Curie discovering radium, they depict it glowing green. But it doesn't. Take radium, for example. An incredibly radioactive metal discovered by Marie and Pierre Curie looks like this. It just looks like a metal because it is. It just looks like any other metal. But it's very incredibly radioactive. So then why isn't it glowing green? Why do we think it's glowing green? Well, it's depicted glowing green in TV and movies for a very good reason. Shortly after the discovery of radium, it was also discovered that you can combine radium with other chemicals, and radium would make those chemicals glow green. So people discovered they could combine radium with something called a zinc sulfide phosphor and make that zinc sulfide phosphor glow green. They would make cigarettes out of it, they would make toothpaste out of it, and most famously, they make this luminescent paint that they would paint watch faces with so you could read your watch at night. Now, the reason this watch glows green is not because of the radium, but it's because the radium is making the other chemical glow green. It's something called phosphorescence. Now, there's also fluorescence and radioluminescence happening here, but it's mostly phosphorescence. And this is actually the same thing that happens in glow-in-the-dark objects. So in glow-in-the-dark objects, there's also a phosphorescent chemical that glows green because it absorbs light from the sun. It absorbs UV radiation or light from your room, and that light makes the chemical glow green. In these radium watches, it's the same thing, but instead of the chemical being energized by the sun, the chemical is being energized by the radiation coming off of the radium. So it's not the radium that's glowing green, radium is making this other chemical glow green. You may have also seen, nuclear reactors glow blue, but that's not because the uranium is glowing blue. The uranium is kind of making the water glow blue. It's something called Cherenkov radiation. I made a video about it. Check it out on my channel. It's really cool. Now, there's a whole other discussion to be had about this radium paint and the workers that had to work with it, but that's a video for tomorrow. I hope you stay curious. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
know what this means. So you may have some thoughts on that. I believe, and I know from lots of times that I've seen it and then been able to interact with the person, that slow head nodding and the slight look of contempt means that you are condescending when you do that, or you don't really believe what the other person is saying, and it's almost like a I'm not sure I believe you. So have you seen that? Let me know in the comments.
You use this X right here to get the oh my gosh, I just drew on that. Hold on. You know what? I'm gonna search for a solution. Let's see, video. Nah. Maybe this guy can help me. There we go. Hey you. Hey. Do you think you could help me? I accidentally drew on the screen right here. I don't know what to do. No, a little bit farther down, right there. Yeah, there you go. Oh, that's not working. That's making it worse. I'm not sure what to do here. What's that? Oh, okay, yeah, all right. That's just getting the cat dirty. That's not working. All right. Okay. Yeah. Let's try that. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I don't know what to do. You have an idea? Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let me try that. Okay. Go grab that for me. All right. Move out of the way. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. Okay, actually let me move this out of the way so you can see it there. Move that there. There we go. I think that worked. All right. Thanks for helping you. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Wait a second. I think the lightsaber was too hot. Uh-oh. It's catching on fire. Oh no. There we go. Finally got rid of it. All right, thank you very much.
God, that is not nice at all. What do you think about it? Please share your thoughts. Look, some good vibes. Animal there was swimming. Which animal is this? Looks like some bear. They were swimming there and their mother came for them, which is pretty interesting and full of good vibes. Wonderful people. Thanks for watching up to this far, man. You are all loved and respected. Kindly hit the like button. Leave a comment on what you think about all those videos that has passed. You see, sometimes you get to learn things here together, see things that are funny, and always leave your comment there. It's very helpful in this channel. And the universe will reward you in miraculous ways. You see, like now there is some video that has passed with some good vibes lecturer there who was doing some presentation to his students, and that is incredible. You see. Because from this side of the world, the kind of jokes that the teacher makes is completely different from that, you see. And anyway, it's good vibes, man, to see how people live differently. Hit the like button.